No, didn't lock up. Seems to be running good, okay.
Boy, done deactivated me with his dick.
Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man?
No, the Muffin Man. The one that lives on Green, right?
Hmm.
Yes, I know the Muffin Man.
I know the Muffin Man.
Yeah, I smoke pot together every other week.
Well, that's not good. You're smoking pot with the Muffin Man here. Boop, 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 boop. I don't really need the screen. First, yes, you are. Second, question.
Mark
Wahlberg?
Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg? Is that you? Alrighty, let's check out this iPad and see what's going on with it. Okay.
Don't ever talk like that again.
Talk like this all I want. What's going on, everybody? What's going on, peoples? What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you people?
What's up, Mike?
So.
Let's see if this works. See if I just fixed it. Doesn't seem like it. Let's try it again. Nope. Let's see what it does. Yeah, there. Alright, so there's one of two possibilities wrong with this iPad mini. It doesn't charge. Let me check the actual charging port first. How is it? It's no longer in my mouth, so that's good. I have a hole in there now. It's got to heal up. It's kind of sore, but not too bad. Not anywhere near as bad as it hurt the other day.
Kind of bulky, but I can see it.
Kind of bulky. Alright, so this iPad mini does not charge. There's one of two situations that's going on here. So the iPad minis, like the iPad Airs, they have charging port issues because of the design of Apple. Apple doesn't tighten they don't make a good system for these screws to tighten down here. So these two screws, when I opened it, were loose. I've already tightened them down, but they come loose, and it allows the port to kind of rock back and forth. And sometimes when it does that, the port back here where they solder it will break, or it even breaks internal to the cable. So if it is the cable itself, I don't have the iPad mini 4s here. So we're going to hope it's not. And we're going to hope that it's TriStar. So since this is a lightning cable device, it should have a TriStar chip. So we're going to go on a hunt for it. So let's look around here. There it is right there. So there's our TriStar chip. It's a 1610A1. PMIC's right here. CPU's here. Memory chip is there. Let's see. That's the. That looks like the NFC chip. I don't know if these have NFC. Maybe they do. I don't know. I didn't think they did. It may actually have something just to do with the Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. But anyway, so TriStar's here. Say it ain't so. Yeah, usually. So it's hard to say because I can't really tell if this cable is good or not. We're definitely not getting any reaction from TriStar, so it's completely possible that TriStar is faulty. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace that, but there is a chance that the port itself is actually the problem, which if it is, I'm gonna have to order that part because I do not keep it in stock. We really don't see many iPad mini 4s, to be honest. right now. Yeah, Paul hasn't made any streams the last couple days, I don't think. I haven't seen any, at least. So I'm going to cut an iPad shield. This is a EMI shield. I'm going to cut one of these so that I can lay it on top of the edge of this battery so I can work inside the frame here without having to remove it. So I took just an EMI shield and I've cut the corners off and I left this L-shaped edge on it so you can see I've cut all the edges off except the one side. That way when we come over here and we put this down, we can kind of put it right in place and it'll cover our area. And then for a little extra protection, we can put our coins down. And that'll help keep that battery from getting hot. I work on iPads like this quite a bit. I haven't had any issues, knock on wood. So I don't foresee any problems here, but I always like to keep some heat shielding on there. I have to sing.
Chris loves to sing.
Alright, let's take this thing off. It's for the phone that you're working on.
Okay. Almost done. I'm putting together now.
So let's get our orientation. It's in the top here. Mark that cap so no. So let's get up to temperature. Okay.
Yeah, it's ready. Let me go actually test it first to make sure it's actually charge.
Yeah, it's
It
probably
should-
important. Probably important, Micah. Make sure it actually charges.
Yes, I'm going to leave it on that charger while I get you rung up and everything, because it's all the way down to 1%.
Yep.
Okay. After tax, it's going to be $45.90. Nope, nope, I didn't get that. I'm fine. I'm just going to wait for you.
You're fine.
Because I don't really know if this is in here. I don't know how much he's got.
They're $20 for both.
For this one?
Yes,
Okay.
the charger and the cable.
Okay. Okay. Total after tax and everything is $83. Sign that there, phone. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm gonna go get your phone real quick. Not much of a charge, but it's better than 1%.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You
Have a good day.
day.
You too. What you got? iPhone 6 no touch?
6 Plus,
Yeah. Same.
What's up, sugar tits?
What up?
How's vacation?
It's alright.
Yeah?
Rain a lot.
That's good.
Where'd you go to?
In the bar. Inside of Pensacola. Pool and shit.
It's always gonna be raining.
Do what?
It's always gonna be raining. Like, not like heavy rain. Or
Yeah.
is that all it did the whole time? Is
No,
like
it was
just torrential
tropical
downpour?
storm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
While you're gone, we got so many great people in here. No.
A lot of people actually, we was so busy Monday, and they're like, how's it going? How's it going? And like 3 people had opened their phones, and they was already on where they took a picture of our picture that we, or that little thing we taped to the door.
Mhm.
I was like, damn. And a lot of people took a picture and I came back. I thought people would be like, fuck this. It goes away.
Nah, people tend to wait.
Yeah.
They tend to wait. Alright, so Touch I see. It's not the same fucking one, is it?
No.
Alright, good.
Close.
No, that was the 6
That's
Plus.
6. It hadn't come back, has it?
No, I told the dude, I was like, let me know. We're going to be gone, but let me know. You can send me an email or anything, leave me a voicemail, and I didn't get nothing. So.
Okay. Like I said, I don't know what else to do after that.
Really new my MacBooks, 2015, I forget the damn number. Computer Lane called me,
Okay.
and they was going to screen for it, and I couldn't even look anything up.
2015?
Yeah.
Air or Retina?
I don't remember. It had that touch bar.
Oh, those. That's 17.
Okay. Well, it came up 15 whenever he had the model number, but the picture came up had touch bar.
Don't go off the model number. The touch bar is the newest one.
Yeah.
If they broke the screen on that thing,
He said he looked it up at 800, and I was like, man, I think out of warranty would probably be cheaper. I was like, I don't know how much it is, but last time I seen any of them on MacBook out of warranty, it was like $750.
yeah, it's probably about right.
So he's like, well, can you quote it? No, I can't even find a screen. No, nothing came up for it. So.
Yeah, finding parts for those right now is going to be a nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a MacBook came in earlier, and it's 256 gig SSD, and it's not the M2 or whatever. It's the newer one that's only for Apple computers or whatever. And it only read 1 gig on the stick, so I guess it's bad.
Is it water damage?
It had some liquid damage on one of the. It looks like a big cap on it.
Yep.
I cleaned it up, but it's still doing the exact same thing.
Probably
so,
fried the controller.
yeah.
They got a little controller chip that kind of says, like it's kind of like the map where it tells where everything is
On the
actual
SSD?
stick. Yeah,
Okay. Well, I'm gonna order another one. I found a used one for $160.
that's about right.
Yeah. Well, that was for a 128 gig. A 256 was the only thing I found was like a refurb for 297, and he didn't want that anyway. So he's like, I don't even use half of it. And I was like, 128 work, and
Yeah.
it's only 160, so went that way.
Yeah, that should fix it. We've seen a few of them that way. When they get liquid on the SSD, they either won't read or they'll run really weird, like they'll lock up randomly and stuff. So.
All right, appreciate it.
No problem.
No problem.
Alright, let's get back to this.
Get back to this cadet.
If an iPhone shows only 100% charging all the time and doesn't drop the battery, could it be TriStar? So iPhone 6. So what you need to ask yourself, Osman, what tells the phone what percentage the battery's at? So there's a line that tells the battery what it's at, or it tells the phone what the battery is at. And that battery line is going to be the SWI line. So SWI is your battery communication line. So you're going to need to see if A, your battery's good. You need to make sure that your battery is good. And then you need to watch and see where that battery SWI line goes, and you also need to make sure it has continuity. I believe the battery SWI line goes to Tigris, if I'm not mistaken, and it goes to the CPU. I think it goes to Tigris. All right, so we put a TriStar on the iPad Mini. Before, when I plugged it in with the battery disconnected, I was getting 0 amp draw. Now, when I plug it in, as you can, well, if I drop it, as you can see nothing. As you can see now, we are getting the normal bounce around amperage where the battery is unplugged and it's trying to boot. So I'm going to hook up the screen. Battery's still disconnected so we don't burn anything up here. I'm going to hook up our screen and then we're going to see what kind of amp draw we get. But I suspect our battery will now charge. So let's plug up our screen, plug in our battery, and now let's plug it up to the device, and there you go. We have a charging logo, and we're pulling 1 amp. So it was TriStar. That's good. That means we don't have to order anything. Probably need to order some of the mini ports though, because I don't really keep many of them. Although we don't see a lot of minis other than screen replacements. What's next on the list? We've got iPhone 6 that's water damaged. Let me go grab that. What do they want on the 6?
They want it to work. Worst case, they need a backup.
Of course they want it to work. Waiting for backup.
There was no display, but it was on whenever it came in.
No display, but it was on. Did you try a new screen on it?
I didn't try a new screen on it.
Alright.
I disconnected the battery and put it in a sealed bag.
Okay.
Still water.
Good choices. Oh yeah, there is water still in it. Cool. That's good. It's good. It's good. That's what we like to see. Can you turn the preheater on?
It's full of water.
Is it really? God damn it. Hand me gloves. Thank you for saying that before I fucking dug into it.
You were rushing me, Chris, and you just went and dived in.
I didn't fucking touch it yet, but turn the preheater on. We always get those fucking toilet water phones. Any but water phones? Well, you fucking ask and you shall receive.
What kind of water is
Micah, can you come here and taste this for me?
I'm good.
You sure? It's supposed to be rice? Fuck no, there's no rice in there.
She did put it in rice. That's what
Oh, good thing she didn't.
She said I figured that wouldn't work, so I pulled it back out.
Good. I'm glad she wised up.
You were exactly right, man. It does not do nothing.
What are you using to seal down the iPad Air 1 and 2 screens? We use
whatever I want.
Tessa 61395 or 63195, whatever the fuck number it is. That tape is very good. And then you just got your Rice's Food shirt yesterday. That's cool. I need to order one for myself actually. I've been slacking off, although I haven't felt too great lately, but Rice's Food.
And they power Japanese cars.
It does power Japanese cars. What's up, Tim? See you later. Alright, so El Agua de Damaged iPhone 6. Micah disconnected the battery, so that's good. Spectre in the description under the video. You can click the link. There's should be a link in the description for the t-shirts. Alright, let's try to salvage their screen. I always try to, that way I can save them some money. Let's clean up any obvious water damage that we see and then proceed to take this bone apart. Tools and materials in the description. I saw a really cool thing, so evidently they have some of these 3D stencils now. A couple guys have posted about buying them. I might give them a shot to see how they work. It's got a cut in. It's the same style as the ones I use, but they have a cut in and they're a little thicker so that the actual IC will sit down inside the stencil, which would really help with keeping the stencil from moving, so I may go ahead and buy some. I like that they're the square punch too. The square punch is the way to go. If anything, get the square punch. 19 gig data recovery off of what, Alex? No problem, Plan B. Definitely get some of that tape though. What we do is we've started using a little vacuum bag. I saw somebody else do it. I can't remember if it was an iPhone or what it was, or a Galaxy phone or something. But with the iPads, we put the tape down, seal it up by hand, and then put them in the vacuum bags and pull them down. It pulls them fucking tight as shit.
Well, I still heat them up too.
Oh, do you heat them up too?
Just slightly, not crazy.
Yeah.
But slightly.
Well, the heat is a bonus. But once they're sealed with that, I mean, it's pretty tight.
Tight.
Tight like a toy guy.
Toy?
Alright, so the number one rule to assume with any water damaged phone, what's usually always wrong with it, Micah? Battery. So do not leave your battery plugged in, and do not plug in a water damaged battery, because chances are the battery, which has, I'll show you here, has no protection, because the bottom here is literally just a piece of wrapped adhesive. That's all it is. Water gets in there very easily and can cause issues. Not always, but it's a good thing just to avoid. Bought an iPhone 6 that was dropped in radioactive water. Want to work on it? No, I'm good.
No.
I don't want to become Spider-Man. Alright, so we got a little rust around there. FPCs are pretty rusty. Dogman. So we need to start inspecting where our liquid is. Surprisingly, the fucking cap back here, C5202 or whatever it is completely fucking clean. Ah, look at there. We might be in good luck. So looks like the back area here is fairly clean. We do have some corrosion on NAND. Looks like the water damage mostly came in through the ear speaker and through the SIM slot, but doesn't seem to have seeped too far in. So we're going ahead and take our shields off because we need to do proper water damage cleaning. What's up, Nikos? Spider-Man.
Spider Pig. He's Spider Pig. Can't stop him. He's Spider Pig.
Did you get that iPhone 6 back together?
I'm working on that pitch.
Oh.
I'm putting the screen on.
I'm gonna test it and make sure it's still working.
Okay.
Alright, so the bottom of the board looks pretty good. I think we may have gotten lucky and the most of our water damage is going to be tied to the top of the board there and this little bit here. So this board so far, knock on wood.
I think she did. She gotten in here as fast as she could.
Well, that's good. What the fuck did I do with my acetone?
Old lady did good. Better than most.
Did my acetone grow legs or am I blind? I might be blind.
What are you looking for?
Oh, it's in the trash can. That's good.
What's going in the trash can?
I don't know.
Chris, you've gone loopy.
I've gone bananas. Banana sandwiches.
That's what you get for working on the drawing.
That's what I get for working on the hydros, bro. Actually, I wish I had one right now. Cause my mouth is fucking sore.
Why don't you bring him with you?
I forgot. I should have. You think the boss would care if I got high at work, bro?
I don't know.
I hear he's a dick.
That's liability at work, Chris.
Work liabilities. Let's pull our CPU shield since we do have corrosion in that area. I want to make sure that our CPU doesn't have any unwanted guests around it before we go putting power back into it. Okay, put our shield off. Is Colin's laptop done?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, this all looks pretty good. That is definitely a promising sign. Let's check our backlight filter. Sometimes it can blow without actually having any symptoms of being blown. Oh, that's good. Let's check it all the way back to our capacitor. It's good. Now we did have some corrosion up here. If we have touch issues, we may have to replace some of the components up here for the touch. Let me see if I can touch up this connector. Get it? Touch up. Touch up the touch up. Touch. Touch what? Looks over at my GMC 320 Plus and notice it needs changing. Charging for those hospital equipment jumps. Alright, so let's get this in focus. Focus. Alright, let's see if we can hold this down without blowing it off the board. Get some of our... What's up, James? Alright, that looks good. Let's see if we can reflow our pins here. Get rid of some of our corrosion here. They don't look bad. Okay. Let's clean that up and let's test it with a known good screen first. We'll go ahead and get a backup made of it. Make sure everything's working as it should. Let's check that NAND cap that's a little fucked up looking. Make sure that it's okay. I may I don't know if it's worth removing it or not. It's not shorted. Looks like the end of it mostly just corroded some. Let me see if I can just touch it up and make it look pretty. Stop any type of corrosion that might have been going on there. A little better. Not perfect, but maybe okay. Alright, so I don't see any obvious issues. Let me check VCC main real quick. It's good. Alright, let's put a screen on it and see if Micah will hand us a charging port for an iPhone 6. While we wait on that, we'll check out their screen. Yeah, see, we got some corrosion on the touch connector there, so we can knock that off. Maybe, possibly, save their screen.
Damn, Kenna. Extra brain. iPhone 6.
Yep. You can see where the water comes in right here on the ear speaker. It just tends to spread out from there. That's the two main weak points on the iPhone 6, is the ear speaker hole and the SIM tray slot. Those two are going to be the ones that you're going to get most of your problems through. We've seen a few water damage phones. If it's fairly minor, you can get some corrosion up there near that screen only. It doesn't really affect anything else. Do you need to have the hot tweezers touching? No, you don't have to. Let's see, then why doesn't Chris solder with one only? Because it's fine. With the two together, you get more heat transfer. So ground pins on the FPC will take a lot of heat. So if you're using just one tweezer end, they won't melt. So I use both of them. Thank you, Spectre. Yeah, I like the shirts. I gotta make some more. I still have some more ideas. I still have to make the Keymaster shirt. Are you the Keymaster? I'm the gatekeeper. Alright. Let's see. Do we have their passcode? 1208. So let's go ahead and hook up our power. See if it boots. Yay, it's booting. Ross booting. Alright, so our iPhone is booting up there. See if I can block the... There we go. So our iPhone's booting up. We're going to do a backup of it first, just to make sure, in case this phone for some reason dies on us, we'll already have a backup of it made. If you're doing data recovery or any type of phone repair, I always recommend, as soon as you can get the phone on, back it up, because we've seen a few phones, after they sit, they won't turn on anymore. Alright, so we can see internal storage 1208, touch works, that's good. We're going to trust the computer. Alright, so the computer's trusted. Thanks, Plan B. I appreciate the donation, man. I'm glad I can help you out. That's what the channel's here for. Alright, so we'll wait for iTunes to recognize the phone. Alright. Continue. Allow access. I've already done that. unplug it and plug it back in. Trust computer. Come on, iTunes. Stop being a douchebag. Anytime now, iTunes. Seriously, iTunes, please fucking do your job. We'll just close you out, and now you won't even close out. You're just sitting there like a piece of shit. Let's reopen iTunes and see if it'll work. Man, iTunes is being a bucket of shit today. It's taking forever to load for no reason. Alright, 3 tools, you're gonna be the fucking go-to today. Jesus Christ, what the fuck is going on here? Why are they running so goddamn slow? Load up. Thank you. God. I know the device is there. Thank you for telling me that. I want to back it up. Backup iDevice. Backup now. Change the backup path then. We'll make it... I don't understand why it won't let me back up my devices directly to my NAS. Like, for some reason it just will not do it directly to the NAS. Whatever. Backing up device. See if this takes 12 years. So far it seems that way. If one single person understands what's written on the shirt. Every now and then I think some people kind of understand what it means. Sending data. Finally. Ever since I updated Open Broadcaster, everything on this computer's been running fucking slower. I don't know why. Like, Open Broadcaster locks up and just random shit. When you make a backup like you are, how do you give them the data and how do you get into the new device? Okay, so there's 2 options for doing backups. I have 2 different programs depending on what kind of data they want. So one backup we do is like your iOS backup. That way they can load it into any iTunes by dropping it into the mobile sync folder. And then they can take any new iPhone and restore that information back to it. Or the other option is we use a program called Sync iOS. Sync iOS can take that backup we made from iTunes and you can extract everything from it. So contacts, pictures, notes, anything like that. So that's the 2 ways that we do it. In most situations we give them back like their picture files and stuff like that, because that's what most people want. But sometimes we do have devices that people want to back them up and then restore them to a new device. In that case, the easiest thing to do is to make a full backup of the phone, and then that way they can load it right onto a new phone and it never misses a beat. Let's see, how far has it progressed? Alright, it's at 3%, so it's working. We'll wait for that to finish, and then we'll do some more cleanup, and we'll test their screen, and if everything's good, we'll put it back together and call it a day. Water damage on this one looks pretty minor. Did you already quote them?
Quote on what?
On this?
No, I didn't quote. I just told him that we'd work on it.
Kind of need to call him and tell him.
Okay. Where's the business from? In here. Where's the paperwork at, Chris? In here. Thank you, Chris.
Tell him, since it's minor, tell them $80 to clean it up. If we don't have to replace anything, if we have to replace the screen, it's $125. Micah, it's your mom.
Hey, this is Micah from B&C. I was calling to try to get a hold of Lynn Ferguson. Yeah, I can kind of leave a message with you. Still there? Hello?
His phone's still on.
You still there? Yeah, okay. Anyway, yeah, can I leave a message with you? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello. I don't know if it's me breaking up or you.
Is it me you're looking
Okay.
for?
Alright, anyway, we were looking at her phone. She probably did his water damage. We just wanted to let her know the quote on it. It'd be $80 to repair it if we don't have to replace anything. If we gotta replace the screen or anything, it's gonna be 120. 125. Yeah, we can probably fix it.
Just need to make sure the pricing's okay first.
Yeah, you can have her call us back at 502. What's the rest of it? 502-420-8850. Yes, sir. All right. Okay, sounds good. No problem. Bye.
Yes, sir, or yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, we'll
Here's
move
the
that off
paperwork.
to the side.
Here's paperwork.
Micah's being impatient.
Here's paperwork.
Micah's now being more impatient.
Here is the paperwork.
Micah likes to kiss, open mouth kiss his mother, and it's kind of disturbing. Alright. Up next is an iPhone.
It's Chris's mom.
iPhone 6S.
Live from New York.
Water damaged.
Another one?
Yep.
Where'd
This
that
is a
one come
6S. The other one's a 6.
from? Where'd that one come from?
Nashville. Nashville,
You
Tennessee.
hear that kind of Nashville?
Micro soldering and karaoke. That's indeed true. I got friends in low places where the whiskey drowns and the beer chases my blues away. Now I feel
I'm hearing
okay.
that loud. Church out. One little
That's like a that's like a super racist fucking song.
Oh,
Mega's over here singing those racist country tunes. Alright, let's open this 6S up and see what we got. 6S's normally don't have terrible water damage unless it's just been fucking soaking in it. Doesn't look terrible. It's got some signs up at the top. Looks like it came through the ear speaker. Let's see what we got. We'll take a peek under the top cover area here, even though it doesn't have the top cover on it. So when you're approaching water damage, you want to really just step back and kind of assess the situation. And see what you got. We got a random screw hanging out up here. It seems to be pinched under the camera flux for some reason. So evidently the camera's been out at some point. Yes, the 6S does have better water resistance. So the 6S was kind of the silently released, not waterproof, but partially not water resistant, partially water resistant phone. So if you look on like the 7 and compare it to the 6S, the 6S has the gaskets around all the connectors. Like each connector has its own gasket. See all the gaskets around all these? The 7 has that. It has the seal along the edge, which is missing now, but it has the gasket like the 7 does. If you look down here, all your microphones and stuff, they have sealed gaskets on them. The SIM tray, see how it's got a gasket there for the plunger to try to keep water out. Now it doesn't have the gasket around the tray itself like the 7 does. And the 7 also has a different style here where this is a sealed tube. And the buttons, unlike the 7, don't have gaskets on them. See, there's no gaskets around the buttons themselves. So it does have some waterproofing, but not as much as the 7 does. Alright, we can see the water damage that was up here. It's really screaming to me that this is going to be a screen only issue, based on how it's looking so far. I don't see any overly bad areas per se. Yeah, the glue and stuff around the screen itself. Yeah, it definitely had more waterproofing than any other previous models. And what's funny is I had discussions with somebody, I can't remember when it was on one of the forums, and they were talking about the 6S and the gaskets and stuff, and I was like, that they added that for like waterproofing. And the guy was like, no they didn't, that's just there for something. I was like, why would they put a gasket around it if they weren't trying to keep out water? And he was like, it can't keep out water. So I went and found the article where Apple said about the 6S that they had added some things to the inside of the phone to help with waterproofing, and one of those was gaskets. So they definitely did it on purpose to try to help with water resistance, but
it doesn't.
It helps, but it's yeah, it helps though.
If it's kind of like raining outside or something, then it won't get down in there really.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not made to like splash down to the bottom of a toilet or.
Unlike you.
God damn it, Chris.
Unlike you, Micah.
Your mom, she gets so wet, it's like a waterfall.
Can you go grab me a 6S screen while you're back there whooshing around?
I gotta answer this phone.
Do it.
PNC, how may I help you? This is Micah. are you at right now? Are you on the square? We're right there at the place. Okay, we're across the street from the place. On the opposite side, you'll see a building called the Princess Building. You'll have a big green awning, and you'll say the Princess Building. That's where we're at. You see it? That's where we're at. Not a problem. Bye.
The mom jokes never get old. Give me a 6S screen, Micah.
I don't want to get you anything!
Do it. Actually, I want to test this 6S screen out. This one says no touch. I want to make sure that it actually has no touch. Because sometimes we've seen iPhone 6S screens where the touch doesn't work because the home button flex can be bad. I'm not your dad.
You're not my dad.
Thank God.
Not my dad. Don't tell me what to do. Who the hell's this? BT, I may help you. Hello?
Who the hell's this?
Hello? BT, I may help you.
Hello?
Don't
I called. Oh God. Pocket dollar. Is that like a?
Dialed your number.
Is that like crocodiles but pocket doll?
Pocket owls. Don't you look in our window.
That's them, Micah.
No, it's not. Some people walking across the street.
It's them, Micah. They're looking. Let's see if we got any shorts. Alright, so power's hooked up, no shorts. Let's see, did we get image? Oh, looky there. So we got image. Let's see if it boots up.
Here comes the phone. Hey there.
How are you?
Pretty good. Can I help you?
I hope so. I called earlier about a battery for my iPhone 6.
All right. You probably talk to Chris. Do you have the phone with you?
Yes.
All right. You're wanting us to replace it?
How much is it?
It's what kind of phone you got there? 6 be 45.
That's what he said. Okay, sure.
All right. Sounds good.
Out there, Bluegrass is trying to say they're $230, $280. I'm like, really?
Yeah, they're probably just exchanging
I'll
your
go ahead and
phone.
start on. Got a pen right here for you.
No touch.
You do take debit cards, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see. All the messages.
Oh.
going to the back?
Huh?
Are you going to the back?
Here in a minute.
Take this with you.
Is that the one you told me did?
Yep.
Good.
Alright, let's check out this. Looks good. Just have a hard time over there. Hard life counts out a hard life.
Both these?
Mm-hmm.
Those 6 S's?
One success plus. Mm-hmm. Yep. Securing sunrise, first ever long screw repair. Oh, that's good. Let's see. Which connector? Okay, so this screen is no good. No good screen. Cost your piece of grass when you need to replace a motherboard. Do you have the customer pay for the part up front, or do you order it and charge them in the end? Yes, ma'am. If you go out into the main hall there and go all the way down the center hallway to the very end of the building. Anthony, as far as the repairs go, if they leave their computer with us, we charge them when they pick it up. Unless the part costs a considerable amount. That's the only time we'll have them pay for it up front. Normally anything under $50, or if the device is worth enough money that if they don't come back to pick it up that we can make our money back. Which most situations, if the part costs a lot, that means the item usually costs a lot, so we don't run into many situations where if they choose to leave it that they have to pay. If somebody came in with like a $40 tablet and they wanted me to put a screen in it, even though it costs $40, and the part and labor is going to cost me like $40 or $50, I probably haven't paid for it then, because I really don't want to lose money on that crap. Yeah, long screw damage is a fickle beast. You gotta have some patience with it. It definitely gets frustrating at times. We're We'll put our screws back in and mark this one. It needs a screen. Water damage on it, I really didn't see any, to be honest. There was some minor stuff here and there, but nothing really worth writing home to Mom about. Alright, so we got those two done. He doesn't want me to put the iPad back together. He said he wanted to talk to them first. So I'll set those over to the side. Let's see where our backup is. Our backup is 60% done, so it's almost done. I asked part cost in advance over $25, but I don't carry any inventory. Had a guy come in today with an HP G71 to replace his own CMOS battery, own hard drive, own battery. Just because his computer stopped booting, quoted in price. He came in waiting for the end of that. If it's a G71, if it's an older one, it's definitely the GPU slash GPIO Southbridge, whatever the hell you want to call it. Came in later on that day and asked why he needed to pay for the motherboard beforehand. I told him the board was too expensive to do up front. Anything, it really depends, I guess, if they leave their device or not. We're okay as long as they leave the device, because if worst comes to worst and they don't want to pay for it, or if they don't want to come pick it up, we can sell their device and make our money back. But I guess that depends on where you live too, what your state or what your country or whatever. Well, your state, but some different countries have different rules on that. That 1.6 Plus that I had you put back together, did you ever hand that back to me this morning?
It wasn't a 6 Plus. Oh, wait, yeah, it was.
Alright, thank you. I gotta ship that back out. Those two were disappointing. I was hoping I could get one of those working, but the 6 Plus, the one that had been run over, just couldn't be saved, and the iPhone 6 water damage, it seems like the short on that one is in the CPU. I've removed everything but the CPU and NAND, but I'm pretty confident it's going to be CPU related based on where the corrosion was. It could be NAND, but the NAND didn't have any corrosion around it and the CPU did. So, unless it's some random cap on the board somewhere, which is a possibility, but doubtful. Damn, Micah rocking out with her socks out.
I'm rocking.
What? Coming down the street in my pole. Alright. I think that's what that came from. Yeah.
Don't even work.
Error 9 can be a few things. It can be TriStar, it can be NAND, it can be CPU to EEPROM communication error. It can also be that the memory's full because of a bad battery. DFU restore can fix them sometimes. Uh, 5S 4013 error is a NAND communication issue. You probably want to check and see if your NAND power rails are all present. Micah?
What?
Anthony, are they wanting the phone to work, or are you just trying to... What are you trying to do with it? It may not be cost effective, I don't know. Depends.
Done already?
Yep.
I stopped down there, I was talking to Tina. So is this like guaranteed or has a warranty or anything?
What is it, 90-day?
Mm-hmm.
On the better, yep, 90-day warranty.
90-day warranty.
And it's going to be $45.90 after tax.
Okay. Brand new battery in there?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. The other one just would not hold charge.
Well, that one should. There you go. Did you sign that one there for me?
This is awesome. I'm gonna tell everybody about you.
Well, that's good.
Because of bluegrass, like I said, I was trying
Oh,
to
let me
charge
see.
me 230, 280.
Yeah, all they was going to do was send your phone out and they was going to give you a refurbished one. Is what they was going to do.
No, they ain't gonna do that. I said there's gotta be somewhere. And thank God that girl out there, I don't know what her name was, but she told me about Chris.
Oh, yeah.
Here, so I'm like, hell yeah. Thank you. Appreciate
No problem.
it. I am so grateful.
You had a good day.
You as well.
Let's see here. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Ba 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 ba. Pretty sure they're gonna want it just to work. Okay, well that's fine. We can see what we can do there. We're considering a NAND repair, blah blah blah. NAND flash repair tool. Hey, what are you working on? Take that apart.
What is it?
6 plus. What do you want?
Money.
You want money? What's this look like? The money place?
It's the money tree, Chris.
Mama.
Everything and anything?
I just planted black.
Dang, Chris, save some for me.
Thank you, sir.
No problem, thank you.
What have you been doing, Brandon?
Could you just fix that?
Will do.
Huh?
What have you been doing?
Working.
Alright,
Working.
let's see.
Where are you working at?
Phone with a client who
Long-range
had
restoration.
nothing but
Oh, yeah.
runs with Apple. Oh, Greg, that's standard.
Subcontract.
Yeah.
Complete range of subject. What do you use for ticket repair tracking? We use Repair Shopper. We currently just use QuickBooks. I'm reading comments. Do you know how I can check if the E problem on a 6S is stuck in recovery mode error 9? I wasn't getting 1.8 there, and maybe it needs to be activated. EEPROM? I I don't know on the 6S how the EEPROM on those works. I would assume it's the same way. If you don't have one V8, then you have bigger issues. We've thought about going to Repair Shopper. I know it's a little expensive, but it's got quite a few options. What's that? Yeah. It's just people on the internet. They're not gonna bite you.
You ain't new phones in?
What are you looking for?
Anything newer?
I got a Galaxy Note Edge,
Which one?
150. Yeah, AT&T. Or T-Mobile, whatever you want to use it with. I got a S5 too. Galaxy S5, same price.
I got that straight talk.
It'll work. I got a Galaxy S5 and a Note Edge. Both of them will work. $150 a piece.
Maybe next week I'll get a good lump sum of money.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you better hurry up, it's gonna rain. Yeah.
I got one window fixed.
Oh, that's good.
My side.
Oh. See you, man. Alright, let's see. This person has 6 phones on his account, and he himself has gone through 5 iPhones. Let's see if it'll stick to my head. I don't know.
Why are you sticking to your head, Chris?
7 plus. People are saying they cannot understand him, and they're right. It sounded like he was on Mars. So, Greg, does it just sound really distant? If it does, it's probably clogged. Alright, Alex. Have you heard him live to make sure it's not him? He is on Mars. Hello, hello. We're going to have a fun repair sometime either this week or next week. I've got an iPhone 7 home button here. Fingerprint works, but the touch doesn't. And the guy who worked on it broke the turtle IC on the Flex, so I ordered the tool and the chips to remove the IC from the Flex, so we're going to swap that over. So that should be fun.
That'd be cool.
I'm gonna have to break out. I'm gonna have to go grab my old cheapy iron to use with that tool,
Why?
because it uses an old cheap iron filament.
Oh.
Greg, if it's new, they have a 1-year parts warranty on it. They should cover it. What are they telling him? Hey, Mark. You're welcome, man. Hopefully all my videos are doing some good. 6S, no backlight, 4 volts at the coil. It's not boosting, Mark. You need to find out why it's not boosting. 4 volts means that you're getting VCC main voltage at the backlight, but you're not getting backlight. Is that 4 volts with the screen connected or not connected? It could be the IC, it could be also cathode lines, it just depends. You need to make sure that you're checking that with the screen attached. Are you getting image too? You need to make sure that you have image first. If you don't have image, that means that Chestnut's not recognizing that the screen is present, which means you won't have backlight. So you need to make sure you have image first, and then if there's image, you should have backlight. If you don't have backlight, then you need to look at the backlight circuit. Yeah, it's got 2 diodes on it for the 6S, so plan B, if that is a 6S or a 6 that you're working on. If it's a 6S, the EEPROM stuff is not really a voltage problem. It's usually a connection issue between this or the EEPROM and the SoC or the CPU. Yeah, I mean, if he's at the provider, it should be okay. Okay, Mark, so yours is water damaged. Make sure you try a new screen first. If that doesn't fix it, check your diodes and check any of your capacitors. Check your filter if it has, or not your filter, your coil, the big coil, the large one by the IC. Also check and make sure you're getting your voltage all the way to the FPC. Plan B, I'm not sure, man. Did you try to fix the NAND? Oh, you haven't tried a new screen? It's probably your screen then. The 6S screens are real sensitive.
Hey Chris, this one's saying no sim.
Which one?
The one we did baseball on.
Let me see it.
I popped it out and popped it back in. Still says no sim.
Can I test voltages at the backlight flex at the top of the screen? Yeah, you'll have to probably remove the camera.
BNC, let me help you.
There you go. It's working. Okay. It's working. That SIM's not active, so it says no service.
Alright, it may be another issue. If you want to bring it by the shop, we can look at it. We close at 7. Okay. No problem, bye.
What's that one?
That was one battery was changed at the flea market, and she said still not charging or something.
It's not charging right?
That's what she's saying.
Okay, well, charging and battery are not the same fucking thing. What did she come in for?
Huh?
Do you remember her?
I don't remember who it is.
I love when people come in and say my battery's back and you replace it, and then you replace their battery and they're like, it's still not charging. That's not the fucking same thing. If it's the screen, is it repairable? The screen itself, not. Sometimes if it's just like corrosion or something on the connectors, you can clean it up and try to resolder the pins, but most cases, sometimes the actual flex or the backlight itself will get damaged, and then the only option is just to replace the screen. Unless you know somebody that can replace the backlight for you. We have somebody that can do that, but it's not easy because the 6S backlight is made into the Force Touch panel. So it kind of is a pain in the dick. Alright, so this is a 6 Plus Touch IC. I'll go ahead and pull it. How's my tooth? It's been removed, so it's good now. How much does it cost? For businesses, we charge $100. Depending on, we offer lower rates for people who send in quite a bit. For customer walk-in, it's usually $125. This is for another business, so it's $100. It's a pretty good price. It leaves a lot of the companies that we do touch ICs for normally charge about $150 to $170, depending on their location and what people are willing to pay. But it's a fair number that they can work around Apple's $150 replacement plan and offer a more stable repair. We see a lot of, even some of the refurbished iPhone Touch IC ones are coming back, so we haven't had any of these return yet, so knock on wood, I think we've got a little better repair than Apple's offering. Just finished wholesale site with discount prices. Oh, and Chris, has my phone been blown up? A little bit, not a whole lot. That's fine, Anthony. I mean, price it accordingly, because Apple charges $150 just to swap out your phone with another phone that's going to have the same problem. So that's how we tell our customers that send us stuff to price it. So if Apple's going to charge the customer $150 and they have to wait a few days, and then they're going to get a phone back that won't have any type of future protection for that issue, it's definitely worth the money. Yeah, Amy, we tell everybody that they should not sit on their phones. The newer iPhone 7 is fairly rigid. I don't foresee the frames bending on those, but the iPhone 7 does have, it seems to have a very sensitive board to any type of impacts. So I tend to tell people what we find out. Yes, they have underfill on the refurbs now for the 6 Plus, but even the underfill ones have been coming back. Somebody posted on the introduction to micro soldering forum. He had a Touch IC come in, and it was one of the new refurbs with underfill. So the underfill didn't do a whole lot of good. All it does is just makes the repair a little harder. And it's crazy to me how hard Apple dropped the ball on that one, and how little flack they're going to get for it, because people just don't Like nobody holds them to account. Like they made an obvious design flaw, and they end up in the end making their customers pay for it, for their own design flaw. Kind of funny. Wish I could do that. Oh yeah, I was working on your phone. I messed it up. You're gonna have to pay for that. Thanks. Okay. No, the ICs don't die. It's just the M1 trace that breaks free. So this trace has a fairly thin connection to its pad, and what happens is as they flex, that connection ends up breaking very slightly right along where the pad meets the trace. I've had a couple of them where you could actually see the crack in the microscope. You couldn't really see it on camera. The camera doesn't pick up very well, but you could see the actual crack in the actual pad to the trace connection. So when that fracture happens, I did some testing a while back. When you take this M1 line, and if you put any type of resistance or any type of brake on it, it causes some crazy, like, fucking... Just burnt shit out of my camera. It causes some, like, crazy fucking, like, visual effects on the screen. And if you completely disconnect the line, you get no touch at all. But if you put any type of resistance on the line, it causes the flashing gray bar. It'll cause, like, scrolling, flashing lines. It causes some really weird shit. So... after testing that, we ran the jumper on a few of them that had the pad completely lifted, and then we started putting them on all of them because we kept having them come back with the same problems over and over. And that line was the only one that we saw was coming loose, and after testing it, we realized that it caused the visual defects. So we started running the jumper, and we didn't have any return. So after that, we've kind of tried to share that as much as we can so people know that, hey, if you're going to do touch ICs, please run this jumper because it'll keep them from returning. And ever since we put the jumper on, we've had, I think, 2 touch ICs out of, I mean, several hundred come back. And one of them was an actual bad IC, and the other one was a bad screen. So, it's definitely seems to be a long-term fix. It doesn't mean that we won't see one come back one day. But so far, we're 8 months out on some of these and haven't seen them return. So either the customers don't care and they just don't come back, or this fix works, which, based off of what we've seen from everybody else's reports, it definitely works. Your new site might have a repair.org logo forced onto it. What do you mean, TCRS? I haven't even looked at the website in a long time. I don't see anything. Whatever. Alright, so we've got our coating down. Oh, my new site? What's my new site, TCRS? Alright, so I need to cure this now. Go get our mega curing light here. We'll set that off to the side while we work on our chip. I need to get a new website up. I need to change it around. I just haven't had time to do anything. I haven't typed. I've had offers for people to make the site, and I just haven't had time to even think about what I want on it. You're making one for me, Tim? Not by you. I noticed that Lewis posted up a stream today, or not a stream, a video, talking about how he's going to stream on Twitch. And one of the accounts he's following on Twitch is Chris Long YouTube, and it's not me. I don't know who it is. So somebody may be taking over. Brian Weiss. Yeah, I think he messaged me. I really haven't gotten back to him. I need to message him. One of the... like I said, I haven't had time to really do anything. I need to take probably this Sunday and sit down and get caught up. That fucking thing ain't working for shit. Yeah, I've thought about doing Twitch. I don't know if I have the bandwidth though. Oh, really? Well, that's cool. I need to contact him. I haven't told him shit of what I want on it. I mean, it's pretty obvious what kind of things I want on it, but hopefully once we if we can get the second store going, I really want to get this dispenser. I really want to get some schooling stuff set up to where we can help teach people if they want to come in and get taught. We've had several people ask. I just don't have much space here.
Yeah, if you open another business, I'll rent out my setup.
You shut your mouth, Mike.
I'll rent it out. $100 a day.
$100 a day. Rent you out, Micah.
I'm already renting
For that
out.
sweet piece of ass.
I'm already renting out. Everyone's like that.
I think he is, to be honest, Tim. I don't know why else he would follow somebody else like that on Twitch. The guy doesn't have any videos up, so it's not like there's really anything there.
Do you have a ruler here?
A ruler?
Yeah, or something
No.
to measure with.
We have a measuring tape somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know where it is. It's probably in the back cabinet somewhere. Yeah, back there. Or on your shelf.
Oh, there we go. That's what I need.
If we open a second store, it's going to be worked by my girlfriend, and then Micah will work down there some, and then we're also going to try to hire somebody else to just do the general screen repair stuff. We'll probably teach Ashley. She's learned a little bit on it already as far as screen repairs, but just get her in the hang of doing them, because it is something that requires a little bit of invested time, and it takes a little while to just kind of learn what's what, where it goes, all that jazz. Yeah, if we get the school up, I mean, we'll be happy to teach people. I think there's a misconception, and I'm interested as to how Jessa goes about this. Jessa teaches a school, and her school teaches a lot of the fundamentals on how to diagnose some simple common issues. The thing that I wonder is, how does she deal with people that ask, like, I get a lot of people that tend to ask, I want to learn how to fix water damage boards. Well, fixing water damage boards is a case-by-case situation. So you can have one like the one we did earlier, which literally is just a screen and had some minor damage, or you can have some that are absolute nightmares that end up being rabbit holes and you can't ever fix them. I mean, I can teach the process. I mean, I do it on these videos. I show you what process I go through, but I don't know how people will take that. I don't know if they'll be like, well, he didn't teach me anything, I can't fix this board. Or if they'll take it as, I want an end solution. I want to be able to take this board and be like, I know for sure what to do, and this is going to make it work. And there's just not, I don't think there's that answer for everything. Some of these boards just are beyond fixable. You can get some of them to work. You can get some of them that don't. I don't know what percentage.
You should do is do an actual class with curriculum that's like maybe a week or a weekend long, like in like one day you tackle how to diagnose and repair TriStar, and then next.
But I feel like people will come into the class and they'll be like, well, you're supposed to teach me how to fix water damage, and if I don't fix it, then you have
water damage is too complex.
I know, but that's the one thing that everybody wants to know. They're like, well, how do you fix this? Well, I mean, fuck, it can be anything.
That's the thing with water damage. It doesn't go.
There's no set parameters. Yeah, there's no set parameters on what water damage will do.
Cause a whole bunch of funky things.
So I kind of fear if I start teaching people that they're going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. With Jessa's teaching, she can just say, well, they're data only. And that's again, I'll say over and over, that's a great model. Unfortunately, the majority of people, at least around here, want the phone. Most of them really don't give a shit about the data. That's what's amazing to me.
Fuck about my dick pics. I just want my phone working.
Yeah, pretty much. They just want their phone to work. They don't give a shit about anything on it. So I try to accommodate that because we can fix some of them.
There.
Can I help you?
I have her battery. And it's still not charging like it should.
So did you bring it in for a battery issue or charging issue?
I didn't know.
Okay. Was that the one that was sitting on charge and not going up forever?
Yep.
Alright.
Yeah, I had it plugged in all day and it only made it up to 77%.
Let's see if it's strong.
How much do y'all charge to fix screens?
What kind of phone?
Find out. I know it's an iPhone. How much you got it
fine.
fixed?
Put it all over the place.
Charge cord.
definitely changes the amp draw based on how I turn it. Like it goes from 0.85, if I push it the other way, it goes 0.7. We'll have to test some stuff out. Try to see what a charging port does on it, but give me the screen for that 6 Plus. There you go.
Oh yeah. I forgot to ask Chris about that. Let me talk. No, he's here today. He's here today. I just forgot to ask him about it. Let me find out. Okay?
What?
Hey, can we set up a NAS for someone? Someone's that's got a computer who's wanting to get a server set up for his
Server or network storage?
network storage.
I mean, yeah. Does he have an NAS or no?
No, he doesn't. He's wanting to know how much we could.
Is he wanting just a self-contained NAS, or is he wanting
Yeah.
a computer with storage on it?
Okay.
I can't see her either. She's
He's going to be running QuickBooks off of it and for local and media storage, right?
She's lying down right there.
None this file storage. Okay.
Depends on what he wants. He can buy a NAS that's all inclusive, but it may be more expensive than just taking a older computer and putting some drives in it and setting it up and sharing the storage.
No, she's not.
Or if he has a router with USB, he can plug in just an external USB and use it like that.
Can you run He's wanting to run QuickBooks off of
I don't know about installing software across a network. I mean,
it.
it may run.
Run software across the network. He said it may run, but he's never ran software across the network or anything like that.
I mean, I'm sure you can. I don't know how to act with the install.
Yeah. What he was saying is you can go with an all inclusive NAS setup, or you can just find an old desktop PC and drop some hard drives in and set it up that way.
It just depends on how much space he wants and if he's wanting redundancy.
It just depends on how much space you want, if you want redundancy.
Because if he doesn't need redundancy, he can just hook up
redundancy,
having copies.
like having copies in case a drive fails. Okay.
Okay, so touch.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I don't know. We never set up for sharing software over the network or anything like that. Just the thing. Yeah. I mean, he said he's sure it can be done. It's just we haven't ever set it up or anything before like that.
It just depends on the dependencies that the program needs.
Yeah.
If the program requires drivers installed or specific DLL files or something, you can't do it that way.
He's saying
You'd have to have a client server set up to do that.
Yeah, he's saying that if it needs like dynamic link libraries or anything like that, then it would have to be done on a client server basis rather than just rather than just installing the program and trying to run, all of them run off the same one. We do, but we only run it on one PC.
What's that?
QuickBooks.
Our QuickBooks is installed on that computer. We only use the NAS as backup storage area.
Yeah, we only use it's we have QuickBooks installed on one computer, and then we use the NAS to as backup.
We save the actual QuickBook backup files to it.
Yeah, it backs up. Yeah, onto the NAS.
Yep. Osmond, no.
Oh, okay.
You can use the 6S on the 6, but you can't use the 7 on the 6S. Or the 6.
Okay, alright, sounds good. Alright, no problem. Bye.
Yeah, Greg, that's probably what he'd have to do, some type of multi-user version.
I think they have an online version, that's what he was mentioning.
They do.
Yeah, and I think that's
Yeah, Anthony just said that QuickBooks has a cloud option. Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see if this saved or if I screwed it by unplugging it. Let's see.
One of the network stuff that I have done is setting up servers for TeamSpeak back in on game days.
I want to rerun that backup because I'm not sure if it completed or not. It looks like it did, but I want to make sure. Alright. Blood money. I don't know what I have left. Oh, we can check this one out, I guess. So just a regular 6 plus or 6S plus? I wonder if, well, yeah, I don't know. Test TriStar and see, I guess.
See if it doesn't.
Or let me see it. I'll test TriStar.
Well, I've got the charge port on.
Well, hand me a new. Well,
Here,
hold on.
I've already plugged the charge port back in.
You got a new one though?
I'll grab a new one.
Alright. Let's see if TriStar is working. Wow. I need. Do you have a lightning cable?
I have one, yes.
Shazah!
Come on now.
You come on now. How do you test TriStar? Unhook the battery. And then plug in a charger with a DC with an amp meter. If TriStar's working, the amp meter will try to boot the phone, and you'll see the amp draw. So TriStar on this one's working. See the amp draw there? It's trying to boot the phone, but the battery's not plugged in, so it's gonna cycle. It'll drop back to 0. See? TriStar's bad, it won't do anything. Alright, let's see the charge port. If it's not charge port, then it's going to be something to do with the battery gate. Tigris related. Okay. So what kind of amp draw we get? That's completely dead. There it goes. Uh, 6+. So it's drawing 0.96. Let's see how long it takes to go up. It's holding steady at almost an amp.
Is it?
I'm gonna test the original charge port after it goes up to 3%. I wonder if I can meter what the battery's seeing. No, it's in the way. Because it could be pulling the damn draw, but not actually charging it.
Charging? Does the gate?
Yeah.
Charge.
The gate's not opening all the way. Because Tigers can pull amperage and boost up VCC main, but that doesn't mean that it's actually doing anything.
Yeah.
iPhone 6s boot loop. Check the battery. And then try a software update. It's at 3% now. Let's try the original charging port. See what kind of amp draw we get. It's the same. It's drawing the same with the new port or the old port.
So you think it's...
I'm gonna try to meter what the battery's doing. Here you go.
Maybe she's got a bad cape.
I don't know. Maybe. Let's see if we can meter this without shorting it out. That's the wrong one. So, this should be power. Yeah, something's not right. So battery voltage is at 3.73, 3.732, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39,
So it's charging.
40. Yeah, but it wasn't doing it. Something was weird earlier. 41, 42, 43. Yeah, it's acting normal right now. 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51. Okay, so it dropped. Now I'm back down to 43.
Okay.
45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 50.
When it gets up so high, is it dropping again?
Hold on, might be losing good ground connection. Let me check. 52, 53, 54, 55, 54, 55, 56, 40. Yeah, I don't know if my meter's keeping good connection. And now it's back down to 3.1. Yeah, it's jumping all over the place. It's like it's charged up to 4% now, but the voltage is just all over. So I know it's 3.773, 77. Let's see, now it's kind of stuttering. Oh, it's going up again. I think it plateaus and then goes up again, plateaus and goes up again. 3.75, 76, 78, 8. It's all over the place right now. Seven, 9, 7, 8, 7, 8, 1.
Yes, we are. We're up until 7.
That's at 5%.
No problem. Bye.
Do you have the charger you were using? Do you have the charger you were using? Do you use different chargers, or is it the same one?
It's the same one. It works on my phone.
Well, it's charging up fine right now. It's gone from 2% to 5%. And the amperage draw that it's pulling is normal. If you could, is there any chance you could bring the charging brick down and the cable that you use?
Yes.
So we can see what it's drawing through it?
I have one in the car. Do you want to use it? Or do you want the one
We want to use the one that you're actually using.
Yeah,
all the
whatever
time
you're using to charge it with.
Okay.
If you have one in the car that you're using to charge it with, then yeah, we can take a look at that one.
Put that back. You want me to get the one out of the car? Or you want
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
that's fine.
If you want to grab that one. Yeah, it's almost up to it's at 3.785. 86. BGA Flux is a little tackier. What's up, Scoop? I'm not sure what's going on with this one. I don't know if this is out of the norm or it's almost up to 3.8 volts now. It's at 3.791. It's pulling the same amperage. It's up to 6% charge now. So what was it doing?
It charged all day, and it only made it up to 77% by night.
And it wasn't being touched at all?
Nope, it was in my bedroom.
Did it have GPS on or anything like that?
It shouldn't have. I keep her location on because her phone was stolen before. So I usually try to keep that on.
Yeah.
They get shut off. What? Yeah, I stole an Amber.
Yeah, something's not right with it.
Yeah. You remember?
It's kind of hanging at
Go sit down.
3.8 volts. Hasn't gone over it
Do
yet.
you think it could have something to do with that case? With that flip wheel on there?
No.
No, you can't pet the puppy. She looks wore out.
Yeah, she's pretty old.
What kind is she?
Mix.
Pit lab.
No, I'm not picking you up. No, I already did. Like
Yeah,
once.
something's not right.
No, stop. You're about to get a whooping. Go
We
sit
need to
down.
check that gate. We'll need to probably pull the board on it and see what it's doing.
Okay,
It's
whatever.
acting weird. Like it's kind of hanging at random voltages and it shouldn't be.
Is that bad?
No.
I know whenever I picked it up after it was charging all day, it was hot.
Yeah.
And she said, can I play on it? And I said no because it was hot.
It's probably just the chips on the board getting warm. The battery seems okay.
Okay.
Let's see, it's going up right now. 949, but this is where it's been hanging. It hasn't gone above this much. See it drop down again. Let's check that gate. I feel like Tigress is cutting the power for some reason. Just pull the board out of it. Yeah, we're gonna test a few things out on it. We'll give you a discount on it if we can figure it out since you paid for the battery.
No, I don't get paid till midnight, so
Okay.
we can either leave it here or
If you want to pick it up tomorrow, that's fine. We can work on it tonight if you want to do that. Let me give you your cable back. If you just want to leave it tonight and then pick it up tomorrow, is that okay with you?
here. I'm gonna leave the phone here.
It won't work tonight anyway.
Well, they're gonna fix it. That way it don't get hot no more.
We'll be nice with it. It'll be okay.
You can play on that. right now mine's on 10%. You ain't touching it.
Yeah, if you want to swing by, we're open 10 to 7 tomorrow, so
Okay.
anytime it's convenient for you.
You're not
We'll get it
getting
figured out for you.
Thank you.
No problem. You have a good night.
I have one question.
Oh,
Yes.
She might need to fill out form 2 real quick. Just so we can keep it.
Okay, we'll do that. What's that?
In your settings, do you know a lot about iPhone? Okay, so in settings, even with your location off, do not wrap that door. You're still in there thing that shows where you've been, how long you've been there, how many times you've been there.
If you turn location settings off, it should not, unless Find My iPhone is turned off.
Okay.
You can turn Find My iPhone off in your iCloud settings.
Okay.
Which iOS do you
Because
want?
see, my friend did it to mine, and I was like, holy shit. And I wanted it done to hers, but I don't know. Like, it's off on mine, whatever she did.
Which I fill it out. It's just like people with the number and everything with it.
But she can do it to that one.
Yeah, that's what you did. So Find My iPhone's turned off.
Okay.
So that's the tracking thing. So if you log into your iCloud account, any phone on that account will show up, and you can track where it's been.
Really?
Yeah, it's so if somebody ever lost it or stole it, you
So I need
theoretically could find it. Yeah, that's the only way you would be able to find it if you lost it. Nobody should be able to gain access to it unless they have your iCloud email or password. That's the only way they would have access to that information.
Hang on. Really? You walk out that door, and I will take your phone with me. You won't get mine. No, you won't. Passcode.
Just a screen passcode.
There's not one on it.
Okay. You shouldn't need it then. To be honest, you probably won't need it anyway, just to check charging. Even if it had one. Alrighty. Okay. We'll give you a call, or if you want to swing by tomorrow, we should have it sorted out for you. Alright.
Thank you.
You have a good night. So this 6 Plus, what it's doing, it's charging real slow, and I was watching the voltage on the battery by probing the battery test point right there next to the connector. So what the voltage was doing, it was going up to almost 3.8 volts, and then it would just drop back down, and then it would come close to 3.8 again, and then it would drop back down. Hello. Good. Okay. What can I do for you? Will you move?
Hi.
Move.
Is that a boy or girl?
Girl.
What's your name?
Kenna.
Hi, Kenna. Hi. My phone is dead.
Okay.
It will not come back on.
Okay. Looks like your battery's probably swollen.
I just replaced the battery
Did you?
2 weeks ago.
Okay. Did we replace it?
No, I did.
Oh.
Oh.
iFixit.com, right?
Hey, they're a good place. Did you order their battery?
Yep.
Really?
Huh.
But then I ordered the wrong battery, so then I got like an $8 battery off of Walmart.com.
Oh.
Is that where my problem lies?
Yes.
That is probably where the problem is.
Well,
It's
that's
because we use iFixit batteries.
Do you?
Yes.
I have a 5, and I ordered the 5S battery or something.
Yep. They are different.
Repeat customers. That's in 1 week.
Let's see here.
But I'm a champ at replacing batteries now. I mean, I got it down.
Well, at least you didn't set it on fire.
Yeah.
That's a big first step.
Is it just a regular 5?
Yeah.
Okay. She didn't have to deal with the tapeworms underneath the battery.
Yeah, that's true. The 5s are considerably easier for that point.
How long y'all been open?
About a year and a half now.
Just now heard of it.
That's how it usually goes.
Needed y'all this week pretty bad. My screen, I think you may have fixed. I don't know.
Let's see.
Business rocking.
Stay pretty busy.
The Apple Store, or not the Apple Store. AT&T's like, you just gotta get a new phone.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't replace anything.
Everything on it's gone unless you back it up on the iCloud, which I'm probably like the one person in the world that
No.
doesn't know
You're
how to use the iCloud.
you're far from it. Many people don't back up their phones on iCloud.
Do y'all work with computers?
Mm-hmm.
So like I've got a, I don't know, I may be a little off. What's our computer called? A MacBook Pro?
Yeah.
I got a MacBook Pro, probably bought it in like 2008 probably. And mine just never started updating it, you know. So now all these websites are not configured for it and stuff.
Yeah, Safari's not new enough.
Yeah. So is there anything I can do?
Are those? I don't know if those would be upgradable to a newer version of the OS. That's
Depends on which year it is.
Yeah, because Apple's good about making them obsolete and then not upgradable to a newer OS X, and then you can't use
Yeah,
the
right,
updated
I guess-
versions of.
Do y'all
Of
not make
Safari
enough
and
money,
stuff.
Apple? Come on.
Well, based on how it's acting, I would guess the battery is probably shot.
Gosh,
Let's see.
my 2-week-old battery.
Yeah, so this charger, this is the voltage I'm putting in, 4.2 volts, which is what the battery max is at, but it's drawing 0 amps. So that means the battery's not pulling anything in. Grab one of the 5 batteries that we have. I'll show you the difference in them.
How much does it cost for you to replace the battery?
We charge 35.
Not bad. You think that'll fix it?
Yeah, if it doesn't, we'll refund you. Yeah, so it's telling me that the battery's completely dead.
You got that crap from Walmart?
Or you gonna- I should have just returned the iFixit one, but then I was like, no, I
tried to
found a
tell her
cheaper
that, but-
one.
Cheaper always
What
ends
you
up
pay
being.
for.
Yeah.
Same thing goes for like the MacBook batteries and stuff.
Mhm.
People
Then
get the
chargers.
cheap ones, and then
Yeah.
they'll swell up real big, and then they'll bust the trackpad. And
Nice.
we've had a few. Well, it wasn't cheap batteries, just old batteries where they, where the 5s were sold. But I've seen where like the screens bowed out and stuff, where the batteries just swell out so much.
Well, my old battery, like, it wouldn't charge the phone. It would just die just randomly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you'd be like listening to Siri tell you directions somewhere, and then you'd be like, crap, where do I turn? It's like, she gone. She's dead. So then,
Yeah, so the battery is saying that it's fully charged, but when you plug it into the phone, it doesn't do anything. So let's check and make sure there's no board damage first. Let's make sure it'll turn on with a new battery. Did it work at all after the new battery?
Yeah, for 2 weeks.
Okay. Yeah, it turns on with new battery in it. Let me check one thing real quick. There's some components behind the charging port you have to be careful with. Because if you knock them off, then the phone doesn't know what the battery's actually doing.
How'd y'all learn all this stuff? Just teach yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Him.
Yeah, you taught me.
Alright, so iPhone 5. So this is the battery connector area. Let's find. So this filter here. So when you connect the battery, it has points that touch here and here. One of these will be your positive on the outside. So that's your positive side here. And this side should be ground. So that's your ground. And then this one here, there's a data line and then there's a temperature line. This tells the phone what temperature the battery is. And then this line tells the phone what the battery percentage is. If you knock this filter off, which it looks like it got hit on this side, but I don't think it broke it completely off. But if that's missing, the phone will randomly turn itself off.
It's easy. How'd you lift the battery connector up? You just use your fingernails or something? Or
I guess it sent
Screwdriver?
me a
little plastic thing?
Yeah.
You probably, you can scrape up stuff really easy.
We'll check it here. I can actually show it to you. Let's see. So
big blue plastic thing. Yeah.
Well, it was like,
I got you. Yeah, they send those all the time.
So the filter I was showing you, that's it right there.
Yeah.
So see the corner of it's kind of knocked off? We'll test to make sure that that's still good. It can be replaced though, fairly easy. You hold that screen for a second.
Yeah, I can't stop pushing.
That's good. Okay. Well, that's not the issue. Still kind of bugs me how it looks.
I mean, I know it's an iPhone 5.
It's because it's got some epoxy over it.
No, the end of it's chipped. We'll roll with it. Do you want to have the battery replaced in it?
Will that make it work again?
Yes. Yeah, I plugged it in and it turned on.
What about that one thing that was chipped?
I can go and replace it if you want me to. It seems to be connected, but if it bothers you, I can replace it.
How much is that?
I mean, I'll just replace it. We'll include it in the battery replacement. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's broken. And I tested continuity and it has continuity, so I don't think that it's bad.
It's just a filter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. But it doesn't make the phone randomly turn off?
If it does randomly turn off, then that's the issue.
Okay.
Like the phone will turn off like every few minutes. Like it'll turn off and then turn back on. It'll turn off and turn back on.
About the water damage one?
Most likely, yeah.
Okay, I was just letting you know that
lasted for 2
that he was looking at it and he was giving me a quote for you. It was going to be $80 to
their battery
to repair it.
Nice.
Unless he has to.
If you want, you can
replace
return it.
the screen.
I'm sure it's got like a 90-day or 30-day.
I'll have to ask him with the customer right now.
I mean,
But he
it's
said
$8.
if like he has to
I'd probably
replace the
pay
screen or
more for
anything, it'd be
shipping
$125.
what I'd get back for it,
If there is anything on your phone that you want to keep,
If
I
water
would
gets
back it
behind
up.
the LCD, it
Um,
ruins it.
If batteries have problems and
And
have too many
also
errors,
if water gets on the board,
it can
and
actually lock the
fries,
phone up to where you can't get
fries
anything
the
off of it.
downlights for the LCD circuit.
And once it gets in that state, the only option is to wipe it and restore it. That's the only way to get
I
back
was
on.
the one that Chris is the one that looked at it. He's the one that physically looked at it, and I don't know if he's made any repairs yet or not. So he's with the customer right now.
Make sure it turns on.
He just wanted me to let you know earlier what the quote would be on.
Hey,
Mhm.
there we go.
Depending on if you had to replace anything. Yeah.
So let's make sure it charges correctly. What do they need to know?
No, I didn't. Okay. Oh, he's freed up right now. Hold on just a second.
What?
Was it now?
What do they need to know?
She's going to know the actual total. Was the LCD bad? On the water damage one.
I haven't.
Yeah.
I haven't tested it. No.
Okay.
I tested it with my screen, and after cleaning it up, it worked. But I haven't tested their screen.
Okay. He hasn't tested your screen yet. He's tested with one of ours so far, and it's worked. But he still hasn't tested with yours. And it's quite possible, with as much water in there. I was just gonna let you know ahead of time that it could have it could be working, but it'd have water marks behind it. That's typical LCD damage after it's been water damage. But at that point, it's pretty much bad. But he still hasn't tested it yet, so he's gonna try to salvage it for you and make sure it's all good like that. We don't charge anything to diagnose or anything. Yeah, we don't charge anything. That's why I was calling you and letting you know kind of a rough quote on it, just so you know.
It seems to be charging
We
fine.
won't do any repairs unless.
So I think that's about all it was.
And we actually go in and make the repairs.
See, I didn't do too much.
But we don't
damage to
charge
it, I guess,
anything.
right?
No. We've seen a lot worse.
You still there? Hello?
But yeah, iFixit, if you ever buy anything again, they tend to have good parts.
Yeah, I fix it.
I've met
You
a
still
few
there?
of the owners. Pretty good people.
She lost connection.
Yeah, we've seen far worse damage to phones after DIYs than this.
I don't know what came over me to make me think that I could do it myself. But
Well, there's nothing against that. That's why iFixit's there.
yeah.
They're there to.
We didn't know you existed at that point.
Right.
Well, you did choose the right source for information. They're pretty good about their
Yeah,
information.
I thought I had a 5S and I just have a 5.
Yep. The way you can tell on the 5S,
You would have ripped the home button.
yeah, you would have ripped the home button. It has a fingerprint scanner,
Uh-huh.
and when you open it, there's a cable that goes from
I
here
still
to
kinda
there.
give 'em a little jank
Yeah.
And if
every
you
now and
pop
then
it
when I
open, you'll slice the cable in half.
Glad I didn't do
That's
that.
what they want you to do, right?
It seems like it.
Yeah.
Some of their designs are ridiculous.
Do I have any iPhone 5 cases?
Yes, to your left, on the other side. Any of the 5S or 5 cases are the same?
You should have battery on.
No, the 5C is different. I gotta try to get it back under this lip now. Oh, it's folded up. Let's see why.
Let me get out of the Shim's system. First name?
Julie.
Last name? Curtis
Yes.
with a C.
CURTIS.
Telephone number.
270-792-4775.
Lastly, address.
2911 Meadow, MEADOW, Ridge, RIDGE, Court.
Bowling Green.
Yes. 4104.
After tax, it's gonna be $35.60.
Thank you, Bob.
No problem.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And please let us know if you have any issues. So that way, if it's something else, I don't think it is, but if by chance it is something else, we did figure out.
So you having fun owning your business?
Oh yeah, it's better than working for somebody else, I guess. That's what motivated me, at least.
Yeah.
I worked for people for so many
Drawback, sir.
years and did everything I could and end up losing my job anyway. So
Yeah.
I got tired of that and said I'm gonna do my own thing.
Sign up there for me.
That got old quick.
There you go, sir.
Thank you.
Not a problem.
problem.
Good. Anything else? Thank you all.
No problem. You
Thanks,
have
I
a good day.
appreciate it. And y'all's beards are awesome.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Customer information going out over YouTube. Well, please don't say anything.
Oh, Chris Finch muted.
I didn't think about it.
I didn't either.
Hopefully, none of our viewers are d-bags.
Hopefully not. I didn't even think about that.
Do you have that 6+ part?
Here, catch. What was that? You would have just got a board in your mouth.
I give you a board.
I'll give you a board right in your mouth.
Micah, if you're going to threaten me, at least take me out to dinner first.
Here, have give free food with
Is it
Subway.
karaoke time? Yes, it is. All the leaves are brown.
Whose
the
bed
sky
have
is
your
gray.
boots been under?
Now you have to say, whose boots have your bed been under?
What was my boots? Wait, what?
Whose boots has your bed been under? I'd much rather my viewers spam me than spam my customers. Alright, so this one's giving us some weird charging problems. So first things first, we're going to check out what's going on over here with the old Tigris. The old Tigris. Alright, so nothing seems out of the norm. I want to see... Did you give me a 6+ charging port? Or no, I gave it back to you. Let me see it again. Can you turn my fan back too, since you turned it like over there? Now it's blowing somebody else like your mom does. Leave the fan alone. Damn it. I need the 6+ charging port.
I thought you were done with it already.
I need it back.
I've already put it back up, Chris. Damn it.
That's true. I can mute it in YouTube editing. Thank you for that, Scoop.
Yeah.
Scoop, scoop, da doo,
Wish I would've
scoop,
known.
da doo, scoop, da doo, da doo, da doo.
I would've known.
We do have a form for them to fill out, but Micah did it by mouth.
I did by mouth because I didn't think about YouTube.
He did it by the mouths.
I gave her an oral exam.
Do you ever feel like you have a hole in your mouth? Because I do.
Because Chris does.
I need to go home and take some... I need to take that pain pill and just shove it up in the hole.
You shove it up your other hole.
Micah, we're not talking about what you do after hours.
Chris, I don't even care. Don't even.
Whose boots have your bed been fucking?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Look what you look what you've done. Jesus Christ on a cracker. Alright, so first things first.
I'm the realist.
I'm the realist. I need to make sure that VCC main is boosting up like it should be. And it is 4.194, so that's spot on. It's what we want. So instead of going through, let's see, Tigris I think controls battery SWI, so let's replace Tigris, and actually we might just jump the battery gate. Fuck it. Fucker! The tooth cannot be fixed. It was pretty badly broken on one side where my wisdom tooth came in. Like, my teeth are pretty straight. I've never had to have any, like, braces or anything. And my wisdom tooth, like, here's my normal teeth. My wisdom tooth came in like fucking this. And when it did, it, like, mashed up against the side of my molar. And it broke a section off the back of it. And, the dentist that removed the wisdom tooth, I asked him if he thought it was a problem, and he said he didn't think so. He said that it looked like it was just the enamel portion, then it would grow back, but it did not. So, last week it fucking started hurting. The nerve itself was hurting. They removed the tooth. The tooth didn't look bad. It just had a fucking chip in it. Like, it wasn't, like deteriorated or anything. It just fucking was hurting. So, they pulled it out in one piece. Fucking hurt like crazy. Not really hurt. It hurt a little bit, but it was more, like, unnerving than anything, to be honest. Because I didn't do sedation. I just did general anesthetics or local anesthetics for the tooth. And, it's pretty crazy sound to hear a tooth fucking being broken out of your jaw. Just so you know. Alright, bat SWI, where the fuck do you go? You got a filter down here somewhere, don't you? Yep, you do. Right there. Yep, you go to Tigers. I don't think the bat SWI line's down. I kind of wish that my wisdom teeth were cut out beforehand, because what happened was when my wisdom tooth came in, it pushed in that one, and it cracked that back one, and it cracked one of the front ones too. Your teeth look like you ate dynamite? Well, hopefully I can get all mine sorted out, because I don't want any more tooth pain, that's for sure. Alright, so I'm going to just pull the gate and jump it and see what we get. You prefer the gummy look? I don't. I don't really give a shit if my teeth look like perfect or anything, but I do want to have functioning teeth so that I don't fucking have to have full-on dentures. I'd rather have, if I'm going to do any type of false teeth, I'd rather would get implants, which are kind of expensive, but I just feel like when you can't, like, use your teeth as you normally do, it kind of sucks. I like to eat corn, damn it. On the cob. I like to eat my steaks. Bosnia. I have a lot of good friends from Bosnia. You like roasted corn? I do too. When this heals up, I think I'll be okay for a while. It just sucks right now, but it's like any other, like when they do your wisdom teeth, it's the same shit. Hurts for a while and then it goes away. Let's see if we can bridge these bad boys. For $5 grand.
$5 grand.
It's pretty good. U.S. medical costs are fucking exorbitant.
How much did it take for the guy to go into some pliers and rip out your tooth?
Alright, who fucking knows? Insurance probably was like,
Oh, you still haven't gotten a bill yet. Yeah, that's right.
I won't get a bill. Insurance, bro.
Insurance. Insurance is like, oh, that's dental work.
They paid for everything so far.
Do you have a deductible?
Not that I know of.
Wait till you get that deductible and then you're like, oh, we're sorry it didn't cover it all. Oh, we're so sorry, Chris.
I don't give a shit. I'll pay it. It's well worth it.
I could have done free, Chris.
Yeah, but the problem is, Micah, I probably would have died of dysentery.
You wouldn't have died.
I would have died of dysentery and staph infection.
I would have wore some. We had gloves here. We got.
Chris died of dysentery.
We got alcohol here. You just had to go to the emergency room afterwards and say you fell down some steps and your tooth fell out and get some antibiotics.
Stop all the bleeding.
And get some pain meds. There you go.
It's pretty crazy to me that they just fucking yanked the tooth out of the socket and they're like, no, they're like, here you go, bro. You're good.
They put stitches in mine because I remember.
They did on my wisdom tooth.
I remember I went back for the checkup after I got my teeth, after I got my molars or wisdom teeth cut out and stuff, and then I went back for the checkup, and I asked them if I could drink, and they said yeah. So I went out, and it was on my birthday. I went out drinking. I could feel the
dissolving,
sutures dissolving and like coming apart in my gums and stuff. And like I went to eat afterwards, and I kept feeling like it was hair in my mouth or something.
Yeah, it was.
It was probably hair.
Pubic hair.
Yeah.
From the night before.
From the night before with your mom.
Mm-hmm.
She likes to grow that stuff out long. It's an unbearable force down there.
I mean, you're the one that told her you wanted the 70s experience. Kenneth Noise Water.
BNC, how may I help you?
Whose boots have your bed been under?
Oh yeah. We got them up Fleeland. We took them out to Fleeland. We thought you was gonna be out there to pick them up. Yeah, they're still there.
Alright. Let's see if this thing will
We're
charge.
gonna be open this weekend in Fleeland, or are they even gonna be open this weekend in Fleeland?
I have no idea.
We're not sure if they're gonna be open. We're gonna go out. We'll be out there, but we aren't sure if they're gonna be open.
What is it?
It's the 2 laptops in the bag out there.
Tell him we can get him Friday if he wants to pick him up down here.
We can get him Friday if you want to come pick him up Friday. What hours can we go in there and get stuff?
In the morning.
In the morning. Okay, yeah, we can go out there in the morning and get him if you want to pick him up here Friday.
Well, Martin, the problem is
you're busy. Okay.
if the
We can. Do you want us to bring him to the shop, or do you just want us to leave him there and you get him?
problem is if Tigers is causing the issue while the gate's not working.
Yeah, no,
I want to eliminate
they'll be
Tigers
there
from that
weekend.
possibility. This is the easiest way. It's 2 birds, 1 stone kind of thing.
Okay.
By doing
Okay.
this, I know
If
that the
you
battery
want,
will charge.
Give Chris a call.
I know
Saturday
that the
around,
gate
like,
can't be
10 or something
closed
like that,
to
Saturday.
charge.
And he should be able to let you know if Fleeland's actually open by that time, and if you can go out there and get him. then okay.
Replacing the gate is just.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, they put it there for a reason, but
No
it's
problem,
it's
sir.
really
Bye.
for like reverse voltage protection. And honestly, if you can hook up your USB backwards, then good job.
Hooked up my USB upside down.
Yeah, if you manage to do that,
There's a board.
you've done a
literally
good
in the
job.
way.
Yeah. Let me see that 6 Plus body and screen.
Here's the body. Here's the screen. Body of Christ. And this is his body.
The gate jump we've done since the iPhone 5C and 5S, because the 5C and 5S, or even the 5, the charging control for the gate is inside the PMIC, and changing the PMIC out is not worth the hassle at all. So just jump the gate, it'll charge. We haven't seen any phones catch on fire because of it yet, so I would say that it's fairly safe. Alright, so I'm just looking for the battery voltage here. I'm not really concerned with assembly right now. I do want to get the screen on so I can see if the percentage is going up accordingly. Okay, so that's plugged in. Let's plug in our charger. Okay, we're pulling our 0.9 amps, 1 amp. What's up, Sebin? The gate. It's more a glass IC MOSFET is all it is.
Shut shit down.
Shut you down, Micah.
I'm gonna shut your mama down.
That's not very nice. She just got started. Alright, so we're at 7%. Let's see what our battery voltage does now.
Trying to find a cap like this.
What is that?
I've been looking. I found that one, but it doesn't measure out the same. And then also the distance between these two posts needs to be exact. I mean, I guess I could run jumpers down to it and just screw it on that way, but
I run jumpers down to you, Micah.
I'll jump it all the way down your bottom. All the way down.
Alright, let's make sure. Okay, so yeah, that's BAT VCC right there, so we are metering the right point. We're at 3.697. Now we're up to 3.77878. Alright, I think it's now kind of caught up. The phone takes a second to kind of settle out what the amperage draw is. So once it settles out, the battery starts really charging up. You can see what it's at. So we're at 3.785 and climbing. 786. 787. Is my mom still by you? No, she's back home, but we're gonna go up and see her probably this weekend. 3.789, 790. Alright, so let's see if it can get above 3.8, because that's where we were hanging up. 791. Seven 9.2. It's doing crazy shit again. It's back down to... I don't know, there it goes. My aunt is, I think she's doing okay. They said she was in the hospital. They're waiting to see what kind of movement and stuff she has out of her hands and stuff. They said she could feel touch, so they're hopeful. All right, we're at 3795, and then it dropped off again. I wonder if this battery is having issues or not. What percentage is it at? It still says it's charging. It's at 8% on the phone. Can she talk? Yeah, she can talk. She talked to my mom on the phone. Mom said her words were a little slurred, but not terrible. Paul, what do you do all day? Like, who are you donating to? Who do you watch, Paul? Seven 798. Radio shows? Which radio shows do you watch? I guess live streams. What kind of live streams do you want? 799. The battery's brand new, 3.8, so it's going up. It's at 3.8 volts now. It's at 10%, so it's going up. We'll see. I'm gonna let it keep charging. She brought this in for slow charging. Like you would sit there on like a certain percentage for like 10 minutes and not move. Yeah, the top voltage is 4.2 volts. That's what I usually set my probes to. So yeah, we're definitely charging the battery. L1220. Let's see. L1220 is the large filter next to PMIC It is on the rear camera. It's a rear camera power converter, evidently. It's the large brownish looking cap next, or filter next to PMIC. Mostly shows the bass trump. I think any type of bashing that Trump gets is usually from his own doing. The man is pretty fucking self-absorbed, that's for sure. Yeah, we're definitely charging. We're up to 3.805 and climbing. And it says we're at 11% now. So we've gone, since they came in at 2%, we're up to 11%. I'm gonna time. I like the time the charging. Data recovery for what? Microfix, like hard drive data recovery, phone data recovery. Oh shit, it's time to go.
I said that.
I ain't paying attention, bro.
Chris, it's time to go.
Alright guys, I'm gonna let this charge overnight. Did I try her battery? Yeah, this battery was replaced by us actually like a couple weeks ago. So I want to see if this battery is the problem or not, or if it was that gate. The battery's going up. It's up to 3.81 now, and it's at 11%. But anyway, I'm gonna get off here so we can go home. Microfix, as far as the phone recovery stuff, we do chip off data recovery for
Samsungs.
some Samsungs, LGs, and different things with EMC Pro. We use iOS Sync, or yeah, iOS Sync or whatever, Sync iOS, excuse me, for backing up. And you can use like data recovery stuff like Wondershare if you want to recover like lost or deleted items off a phone. Martin 0.5 means it's in recovery most likely. That or NAND. 0.5 amps is either recovery mode or NAND. But sorry for the abrupt ending. I didn't realize what time it was. But thank you everybody that watched. It's kind of long, 3-hour stream, but hey, that's normal. I'll try to get more stuff posted in the description as far as parts go, and I will try to get a website stuff kind of figured out too. But thank you everybody, and you all have a great night and a great rest of the week. I'll probably see you all tomorrow. Later.